back, everyone. Today we're going over the Aim Surplus nickel boron coated bolt carrier group that you see in the rifle right there. We're going to do a bunch of shooting with it, which I've already been doing, continue to do that. Then we're going to step inside, go over some of the specs of it, pros and the cons like we always do, and then just what I think of it overall. But for now, we'll get back to putting some rounds down range. There's pretty much three reasons that folks like to buy these nickel boron bolt carrier groups. One's going to be increased lubricity. Two is going to be reliability when firing, when there's not a lot of lubrication and it's burned off. And three is going to be the ease of cleaning. So that's what we're going to address right now. This one here, you can take a good look at it. Has got 200 rounds through it since its last cleaning, mostly Wolf with some Hornady thrown in there as well. So it's definitely got some grime on it. Got a patch here with some CLP on there, just some break free for those of you guys wondering. And you can see just with minimal effort right there, almost all of it's off now. I'm pretty sure that stuff on the tail is going to come off here in just a second. So you can see that's one of the big reasons that folks like it, because pretty much anywhere that there's carbon, wipes right off. I wiped it down a little bit more off camera so you guys get a good look at it, but a few things we want to point out here in terms of specs. The carrier itself is a full auto profile carrier. It's 8620 tool steel. And it does have the angled cut. Now, some folks wonder why it's angled cut. It's angled cut on both sides. A lot of the companies, bolt carrier group companies, are going to this these days. The theory is that with the angle cut, if there's some dirt, water, carbon, whatever that gets in between there and the receiver, it's less likely to fail because of the angle cuts. Give it a little bit of room for that dirt, water, carbon to accumulate while it's riding through the upper receiver. So that's why it's like that. You'll note here that it does have the AIM stamp on there. And another thing I want to point out while we're just going over this here is if you look in here, like in the inside of the carrier here, you'll see some tool marks. Now, all bolt carrier groups out there have those tool marks. Now, you typically can't see them because they're not nickel boron coated. The nickel boron coating doesn't fill in the gaps like an anodizing would. Anodizing will kind of fill those little tool marks in as it anodizes the surface, but nickel boron won't. So I have several nickel boron bolt carriers from several different companies. They all have it. So if you see that, don't freak out. Yours isn't bad or anything. It's just the way it is. Moving on to the bolt here. The bolt itself is 9310 steel. It's MPI tested, and the MPI testing and the material is actually marked on the extractor. I believe they do that to save money, so can't complain about that. The extractor itself does have the black insert and the O-ring upgrade for good extraction there. The gas key over here is 4140 steel gas key. It's a billet part, so no MIM at all on there. There's grade 8 fasteners on there, and check out the staking there. Very good staking, nothing to complain about there at all. Reliability has been 100% with it so far. Headspace is good. Checked it on 2 rifles and really haven't had any issues. Ejection, extraction look positive as you've seen here throughout the video, so no issues there either. The big debate on this when it first came out, and it still is going to go on probably until you and I are both in the ground, but is the bolt material. It's 9310, so if you guys watch my how to pick a good bolt carrier group video, if you haven't, check it out. It'll explain some of the specs that we've talked about so far in the video. But in that video I mentioned that, you know, the debate between 9310 versus 158 is going to go on, and some folks say that 9310 is actually stronger so long as it's properly heat treated. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm not a metallurgist, but that said, there are a lot of high-end companies that do use 9310 for their bolts, and it seems to be doing just fine. And you got to remember, AIM also has a lifetime warranty on these bolt carrier groups, and unlike a lot of companies that may go out of business in a couple years, I don't think AIM's going anywhere. So you can buy it with confidence. You'll know it is going to continue on. That AIM is, and if there ever is an issue, they will replace it for free. So last item I almost forgot to mention is going to be cost. That's why these are so popular, guys. Nickel boron bolt carrier group with the specs that we've listed throughout the review comes to market right at $129. So really can't complain about that. So all in all, good product, no issues at all, and I recommend it, I guess. If you guys have any questions about this bolt carrier group, anything else here on the channel, feel free to post below in the comment section. You can also post over at my Facebook page. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.